This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. The CDC now says if you are fully vaccinated and are outside, then you do not need to wear a mask for most activities. The agency says fully vaccinated people can ditch the mask if they're attending a small outdoor gathering with other fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people. They also can remain unmasked if they're dining in an outdoor establishment with people from multiple households. However, the CDC still recommends for vaccinated people to wear a mask if they're attending a crowded outdoor event like a sporting event or a concert. Other events where masks are still recommended include attending a full capacity indoor religious service, going to the movies, or attending a gathering with a mixture of fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people that is inside. Now, the CDC defines someone as being fully vaccinated if 2 weeks have passed after their second dose in a 2-dose vaccine or 2 weeks after a single-dose vaccine. And we'll have much more on this new CDC guidance and what it means moving forward coming up in just a bit. Well, Americans are ready for a vacation. Online travel guidance from platform TripAdvisor says 67% of Americans plan to travel this summer, and 74% of them will stay within the U.S. Experts say competition for domestic accommodations is resulting in a boom in vacation rental services like Airbnb. Now, the most popular destinations right now include sun and fun beach spots, of course, like here in the VI, and also many cities throughout Florida, not only because they're beautiful, but they also afford fresh air and space for social distancing. So there's that too. TripAdvisor says right now, Florida and Mexico are at the top of traveler wish lists this summer. Meantime, a top European Union official says Americans who have been vaccinated against COVID-19 should be able to travel to Europe by this summer. The president of the European Commission says the EU is prepared to accept visitors who have received Europe-approved vaccines, which do include Moderna and Pfizer. Details of the return of tourists to Europe are still being worked out, though, but it seems clear the current travel restrictions are set to change. What's unclear is when travel could resume or what kind of proof of vaccinations Americans are going to have to provide to travel to Europe. The EU largely shut down non-essential travel more than a year ago. And speaking of traveling, from St. Thomas, there's a new way to get to and from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Low-cost carrier Frontier Airlines just announced plans to launch a new service from San Juan to St. Thomas. It opens up another USVI route to Puerto Rico's large flight network from the United States. According to the Frontier Airlines, the new route, which will officially launch on June 12th, will operate once a week on Saturdays. The flight complements existing San Juan-St. Thomas service on JetBlue Airways as well. A longtime Virgin Islands tradition is experiencing a revival thanks to the St. Thomas Historical Trust and its workshop on furniture caning. It has been a territory-wide effort to help pass along the technique of this craft. Our USVI News' Ali Born-Vinek has more on how caning is taking off now, stronger than ever.
Inside the St. Thomas Historical Trust, about a dozen VI residents are hard at work learning the ins and outs of a VI tradition called furniture caning, an art that Virgin Islander Keith Richards was widely known for, now passed down to family like his daughter Chanel.
When he did his chairs, I stood there, he told me what to do, and I was able to enjoy and got excited about even learning it more and even teaching the class also.
Teaching furniture caning is in Chanel's blood. Her father, an expert caner, was preparing to teach it at the St. Thomas Historical Trust, but sadly passed away.
He did a lot of work for Senator Myron Jackson also. A lot of his work he did with him also.
His memory lives on in his creations and this workshop, where everyone is excited to learn and build up a craft that hasn't been seen as much.
Caning a chair is like a pattern, so there's 7 steps. You have to, you realize when something is wrong, even though you might not be a pro at it. By working on it, you say, oh, something is wrong here. You rip it out, you start again. So it just gives you a gratification that you're passing on, you're preserving history, you're preserving a culture. that has been gone for a long time.
Through the help of these workshops at the St. Thomas Historical Trust, Furniture Canine is now back on the scene in the territory, bringing more teachers into the fold and 14 new caners to the craft.
This is a traditional cane chair now, and it's really gratifying, I think, not just for me, but for everybody involved, to be able to do this with their family members and carry on a tradition that comes from their family, and to carry on the culture, a cultural tradition that's important in the Virgin Islands.
Okay, this is a mahogany chair. They generally say 8 to 12 hours, but this is taking a lot longer. If you miss one step or weave, you have to take the chair down to, I say, ground zero, strip it out. So it's taking more than 25 hours.
This art has been somewhat stagnant and almost was to the point of extinction, and because of this particular class and the individuals that are involved in it now, it has started a spark, and hopefully because of that we will be able to continue to do this tradition or cultural type of art that we've had in the past for so many years.
I know he's here. I always, when I'm here in this class or in this space, I feel his presence because I could hear him saying to me, you know, no, that doesn't look right. Or, you know, take that out. You know, but he did a lot of work here in the Virgin Islands. He did a lot of work for the government house. He did a lot of their chairs. He did work at West Indian Company dock. So his mark, he laid a foundation, and he has, you know, set a standard for everyone to follow.
He leaves a legacy where Virgin Islanders can preserve history and culture in the palms of their hands. In St. Thomas, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
Wow, what a great story, and so important to be passing that along. It's certainly a great technique to know. Well, out of our Washington, D.C. bureau now, a lot of us are still learning about the details of the American Rescue Plan, the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package passed last month, which of course landed $1,400 in many people's pocketbooks. And some of you have also been asking about the expansion of the child tax credit. Our Washington correspondent, Matt Knadler, has been digging into this to get you some answers.
The child tax credit now covers two age ranges. It will go from $2,000 to $3,600 for children under age 6 and up to $3,000 for children under age 18. The Treasury Department will begin rolling out advance payments in July, and it will run through December. The credits are now fully refundable, and a big change, the credit is now available to Americans living in U.S. territories like Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Child advocacy groups say the expansion will help 69 million children nationwide.
A lot of the families who did not qualify for the full credit did not qualify because they make too little money. So what this does is it really helps families lower income families even more dramatically.
The money can be used for several things: housing, food, child care, and more. White House officials say the credits will be sent to eligible Americans monthly, similar to those stimulus checks.
It is going to reduce child poverty by 50%. This is a tremendously historic achievement.
U.S. Senator Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, who also wrote legislation expanding the child and dependent care tax credit in the American Rescue Plan, has long focused on children's policy in Washington.
It'll help them learn more now and earn more later. They will be more productive and more successful in life because we made the choice as a family, so to speak, to invest in them.
Remember, these are short-term payments to help families get through the pandemic. And we'll have more information, including the income requirements to meet for this tax credit, on our website. In Washington, Matt Knadler reporting.